What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today, playing some Idle Heroes. I want to thank you guys so much for coming out with me today, and today we've got new updates. That's what we're going to talk about. So first up, we're here on the mini account, or the PvP account. Not that it matters, I'm not going to be doing really anything on the account today. It's mostly just going over the new updates and changes and whatnot. So first things first, as predicted, Vesa got her update finally. Oops, I hate it. It never did this before. When you were on Forest and you click this, it went to Forest. Now it jumps back to Shadow. It drives me nuts. I don't know why, it bugs me. But anyways, Vesa got her changes. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't know what her before stats were. I haven't used her in ages. But I do know that her heal was definitely a heal over time, and now it seems like she gets a burst heal and then a very small heal over time instead. So that's kind of different. The attack, I'm pretty sure 272% is the exact same. Still hits 4 people, but instead of her heal over time being a heal over time, it's like an immediate burst heal, and then it goes into a smaller attack percentage heal over time. Now, it's still an attack-based heal over time, but because of her passive reworks, it might be a little stronger. I haven't used a Vesa in a while. I'm not really that worried about it. But anyways, she did get some precision boost as well. So that's going to be a little bit of a difference for her in terms of damage versus bosses and such, because precision translates directly to an increased damage boost now. I don't know how big that damage increase is going to be, but we'll see. Her second passive here also got changed. She's going to heal herself for 150% of her attack with her basic attack, which that's, I can't remember what it was before. Is it 120 or something? I can't remember. It's been too long. But instead of just boosting her attack like it used to, it also increases her heal effect by 7% for 4 rounds, which means you're going to get at least 2 of these to stack all the time, as long as she's doing her basic attack. Sometimes I would say you probably get 3, but math is hard for me. I would say you probably get 3. So between 14 and 21% extra heal over time effect will probably be up most of your battles. I'd say probably between 14 and 21, most of your battles. So her heals have gotten boosted that way. And that might be a way bigger heal boost than I'm thinking it's going to be. I used my old Vesa before, and I'm not going to lie, her heals at E3 were nothing to write home about. They didn't make a big difference. I would rather take a Cruz into battle over a Vesa for healing. And that was like weird because Cruz isn't really a healer, but he does his job, at least he used to, better than Vesa. I'm not sure how she's going to translate now with all these new whoop-de-doo changes. But also her last passive got changed a little bit too. It's a little bit stronger, I would say. It's still not going to be in-game PvP kind of stuff. But when she hits half health, she's going to remove all control effects on herself. So she's stunned, frozen, whatever. She's going to get rid of that, which is kind of nice. Fully heal herself, which is really powerful. And also, she still has that silence on everybody, but she boosts her crit damage by 100%. I want to say it used to be 60%. I feel like that got buffed. But like I said, I don't know. I don't read the patch notes. I'm just that guy. I'm not that guy, but whatever. Anyhoodles, she got buffed and changed a little bit. I would say it's absolutely a buff. I wouldn't say it was a nerf in any way. Her damage will likely be higher now. Her heals will likely be better, of course, as well. But in my opinion, even when you factor in the old Ormus changes, oh, it's going to shift the meta. I don't think so. Healing, while it's nice and it's really handy in more PvE-focused areas, things like the Aspen Dungeon, and a lot of areas like that, it's good. Fighting bosses, you need healing. It's not bad. But when it comes to PvP, priests are still really, really, really slow. And that's always been their downfall, especially since the fact they have 0 crowd control resistance built into them. So both Ormus and Vesa, while Vesa has at least a way to shed crowd control effects if she falls below half health, it's not going to save her if she gets nuked, and the current meta right now is incredibly nuke-specific. I mean, right now, pretty much, at least the metas and on the servers I play, it's good versus evil, or it's Valkyries, Shia Valentino, and then you've got your Adas and whatever the crap else you got to run with, so Michelle, Faithblade, Belrain, your Redemption are. That's the 2 biggest ones I've seen. I still see a few All Abyss lineups, a few people running multiple Valkyrie lines, but the thing is, the most prevalent top-tier units that we see in Arena, at least in my servers, is Aspen and Ada. They're the most, you see them in every single top-tier team because they're really good. But they're super-duper bursty units. They drop massive damage all at once, and I don't think any amount of healing is really going to change that. That's just my personal little idea there. It may come in and pop and really save your butt one time in 50, but I would say most often, it's not going to be an Ormus or a Vesa that decides your battle. It's going to be how many Adas, Aspens, and other good top-tier units you're running, not necessarily the back-end units on your team that are going to make the big difference. So I don't think it's going to put her back into PvP meta, but I would say it definitely makes her much more viable as a PvE build now, even for later into the game. I don't know, because I don't have one anymore. I could make one of my main real quick, like Sacrifice and Valkyrie, but I'm not that worried about it. With that said, all that rambling out of the way, we've got new events. Boop. Over here. Now, I've spent all my Treasure Bay business up already, snagged out my orbs as I usually do, but that brings us to what is new. Boop. The Breath of Spring. You like that? That's how I say my package words. But anyways, it's actually a pretty solid offer. If you look at the value packages, this week is different. Usually I think it's a $50 package. I want to say there is. And it's like 25 scrolls maybe? I can't remember. 30? I don't know. It's been a while. But they don't have one this time. They've got a $70 package for 50 scrolls, 300 gems, blah, blah, blah. But up here, for $50, you get 50 scrolls, 2,500 gems, which that is exactly what it usually costs for $50 when you do a value package for 50. It comes with 2,500 gems. So it's on point for that. You get 50 scrolls. You also nab 10 orbs and an elite 5-star hero. And even up here, because people always ask, does it give you VIP? This one does. They all do. Every package I've bought, even when it's like the growth packages on the mini account, it gives me VIP. But anyways, I would say overall, really solid package. If you're wanting to spend money and you're a little short on your heroic summons for the event and you're wanting to do the event, it's not a bad idea. Pretty solid. I might pick it up on the mini account and just hope that this drops as like a Berea or something. I don't know. We'll see. The value packages, like I said, they're pretty much standard value packages. They give you gems. They give you other bits. They cost you monies. Welcome to Idle Heroes. But the hero lottery this time, the increased chances of the heroes dropping is Valkyrie and Shia. So both really solid units. I have an E3 Valkyrie, I have an E3 Shia. They're both solid units. There's really nothing wrong with them. I like both of them. But bear in mind, this is the gotcha event, okay? This is the one that comes before the new hero drops. So yes, they throw in good units like Valkyrie, even in your summon prizes down here. Boop, Valkyrie, because they want you to spend your scrolls now instead of having any saved back for next week or next month, which is going to be the new hero drop. I believe it's going to be Forest. I could be wrong. Might be a Fortress unit. My brain's never right most of the time, so whatever. But this is the event in between where they try to drain your heroic summons by baiting you with, I would say it's not a bad reward. If you want to build Valkyrie, there's an option to get one. And it's not necessarily a bad idea to go for it. But like I said, with the way the new hero drops have been recently, the new Forest hero will probably replace Valkyrie. Or at least it will make her far less effective, or it'll just do something better than her that makes you want it more. That's generally how the game works. So keep that in mind this week. If you really want to go and spin the scrolls, you absolutely can. I'm going to save up for the new Forest hero. That's just my personal deal. On my mini account, the mini mid-tier account, I'm going to go ahead and do the event at least up to 300, probably, I don't know, go to 400 and use her as food, whatever. I might even go to 500, just get the relics. I don't know. We'll see. But the idea is that account really needs food to get going. It needs fodder to actually start making progress. Whereas this account and my main account, I'm not really like hurting really bad for copies of anything. I'm not like, oh, I've got to get stuff happening. It's not a big deal to me. So just like I said, keep that in mind this week. If you want to go for the new hero when it launches, you're probably better off skipping this week and then going next month when the new hero drops. That would be my advice to you. Moving on down, we have the Hero Exchange event. So in the Altar Exchange, we have both Belrain and Heartwatcher. Two, I would say, very, very solid heroes. Heartwatcher is a pretty much must-have for PvE building. If you're going to try to do boss battles, you've got to have her. She's like the best support unit for boss fights that there ever once was, and hope maybe ever will be. I don't know, we'll see. But Belrain also pretty solid all-around unit. Nice attack boosts, speed boosts, healing, just all-around pretty solid unit. Works in PvE and PvP both very well. But, there you go. Those are your Altar Exchange heroes. We'll check out their cost in a second. And Grey Dwarf's Blessing has come back around. Really unfortuitous timing. We got 2 weeks, so this was not a huge deal, but my gem totals are pretty low because of the mysterious chests, and that's probably not by accident. I see what they're up to. But it's a good chance to get your gear upgraded, grab those new class-specific sets if you need one. It's a good time to do that. One thing I am very, very sad about, you may notice up here, there's no Ada. So I guess we gotta wait next week or maybe even a little longer before she pops up in the relic shop. Really disappointed. I figured she would definitely be there this week. Honestly, I'm not sure why Asmo's still 80 relics. Like, if there's variations between the regular faction units, there needs to be some variation up here, because there's nobody on God's green earth who's going to be like, yeah, Aspen's worth pretty much the same as Dasmog. No. And when Ada drops, be like, yeah, Asmo's right up there with Ada. Should be the same cost. No. Really no. Like, maybe 70, maybe 60. Probably 40. Okay, 40 for Asmo, but whatever, not important. I'm a little sad because that didn't happen for me, but it's whatever. It's not a big deal. It's just part of the game. But yeah, there we go. We'll talk a little bit about, well, we all know about Valkyrie. There's no reason to talk about her. Everybody has Valkyrie. Everybody's played with the Valkyrie. Everybody plays people that play with Valkyrie. She's everywhere. Okay, she's pretty much everywhere. I mean, I guarantee you, I can go in the arena and I can find a Valkyrie immediately. Valkyrie. 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 You see what I'm saying? She's everywhere. So it's not like people don't know about Valkyrie by now. If you don't know about her, she's a really solid unit, pretty easy to build being a regular faction. Definitely worth the investment, especially for the Aspen dungeon. I would say that's probably her biggest selling point now, with the meta shifting toward Aspen and Ada. They do kind of poop on Valkyries a little bit. So for the Aspen, boop, good stuff. We'll go jump over here and check out these people in the altar shop. Bam! We've got Belrain for 6,500 of the little dulamajiggies. So, I mean, she's a light hero. Should be a little bit expensive. I don't have enough on any of my accounts to buy her. I might do a little bit of altering or whatnot on the main account. Maybe, we'll see. I'm not sure. I'm sold on it. To get a Belrain copy, because I do want to E3 her on my main. Heartwatcher, definitely solid, but like I said, I haven't said it, but I'm going to say it. It's hard to justify spending your altar stones on regular faction heroes. Of course, if you're not building light and dark and you don't have any plans to, then it's a great idea not to. But being able to stash these in your bag for heroic miracles and stuff like that, even if you're not building them, is still pretty handy. And the fact that relics can buy any regular faction unit, plus they're pretty easy to summon. Like, I'll be honest, they're not that difficult. I haven't even been trying to build Vesa. I've already fed a 9-star Vesa out, I believe. I've got 3 more. I've got 1 in my bag. Quote-unquote elite heroes are nowhere near as difficult to get or build now as they were, 6 months ago. It's night and day difference in the game. So it's, like I said, could you buy the Heartwatcher copy? Yes. If you really need one, then there's no harm in doing it. It's a good investment. But in terms of, like, is it worth spending all of your altar stones on a regular faction hero instead of the light and dark? I would personally say probably not, but that's just my opinion. Everybody's different. But there we go. It's pretty much everybody we've talked about. There's not really a whole lot more to go in detail on, is there? I mean, we all know about the heroes. We've talked about Shia before. We've talked about Valkyrie probably 15 million times. But yeah, nothing really new has changed here. The standard rewards, standard orbs. If you don't really care to build Valkyrie, but you don't want to skip the event because you might not be ready for Prophet Orb event, there's nothing wrong with blowing through 100, 200, even 300 scrolls, or 270, I guess, because you get 33, and grabbing the orbs out to help you next week, because next week will be Prophet Summons, at least if the order holds true, it will be, so it's, it'd be worth making sure you're there. I'm not worried about it. I've definitely got enough to get a full completion, depending on who's there. I don't know, I might save them up and stash them back until the week after the new hero drops and try to get me some Hot Forest action. New hero. Moo! We don't know. We don't know, but that's pretty much the new events. We've hammered them out. Not really a lot to talk about. Is there anything to do? Do we have anything special going on that I can jump in and spank on? Not really. Not really. There's just not much going on. You know what we could do? I haven't run a tower run on this account in ages. What's the top people looking like? 527. I believe that's probably a scary wave. Usually that's what holds people up. Scary and King Bartons, they just become nasty turds. Are we even in the top on this one? We're at 480, so we would be at the top. But yeah, we're at 28. You know what we could do? Let's try to make it past 484. I feel like we could probably do it. I haven't run this in ages. I don't even know I don't even know what happens in this place anymore. This account has been far and far and far away from the Tower of Oblivion play for ages. I haven't even touched it. I always forget about it. It's like, you want to talk about something? Let's talk about something. The game needs something new. Okay, here's Wrath's gripe with the game. I know, oh God, Wrath, they don't care about your opinions. Then click away. Click away, meow. Actually, what we can do is we can talk opinions while we spank on booties. Let's do that. But anyways, here's the problem with the current game, in my opinion, and it's that the devs have kind of sacrificed new content for new heroes. That's like their trade-off. Instead of actually making any new content for the game, they make a new hero, and that's supposed to suffice as new content. The problem is, it doesn't, because these waves that I fought before on my main account that have been around since the beginning of the game pretty much are still the same. They haven't really changed. There's not anything new or different to do with those heroes. Those heroes are still doing the same thing they've been doing since day one. And I feel like that's one of the reasons the game gets stale, especially later on in the game, is once you have all your heroes maxed, it just turns into a game of you swapping new heroes for the new quote-unquote better heroes. It's like, what has changed that I'm going to do with them? Really, there hasn't been much that's changed. You're doing largely the exact same thing you've been doing since you started playing the game. And I feel like they need a new mode, just something different, you know what I'm saying? Something changing. So one of the ideas I was thinking of in my brain place, because I have ideas. My brain works for ideas. Sometimes they suck. Sometimes, no wonder people are getting stuck here. It's got the Ormus Vesa combo. I'm curious to see how this works out. But my idea, my thought in my brain place was perhaps running something akin to the Aspen Dungeon-ish, but for a whole team. Instead of just taking one single unit in, you bring your whole team in and you get waves to fight that way. And I felt like that would be a pretty cool thing. Or at least it feels like it would be to me. Well, that wasn't a very hard wave at all. Like I said, all that healing, did it really matter? Aiden and Aspen just pooped all over his face, and he liked it. I'm sure they liked it. They were smiling as they died, because no one... Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. They stopped on 484, didn't they? They did. So this was the turd sandwich wave. But we're going to make it our own turd sandwich. But yeah, something kind of like that. And I way back in the day, a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far, far away, I played Summoner's War for a short amount of time. And in Summoner's War, there was this little deal. I can't remember what it was called. It was like the Tower of something. Tower of Ascension, or I can't remember. Honestly, I forget. But in that, there was there was waves that you went through and you fought, and then there was like mini boss waves and then like big boss waves, and those bosses had like special stats and like little minions that helped them. I think that would be a really cool mode to bring to Idle Heroes. Something, akin to the tower like this, but instead of being, like your boss wave is just a full team of units, have like back in the day of the campaign, where you'd load up a wave and there'd be a big daddy dragon slayer that was really huge, and have a couple little minions off to a side and have him have like some special deal, like, receives 50% damage from crits, or, something weird. Just give him like a little power, a buff, and make it fun and change. And like every month, have that tower reset to a different or new tower, and then have them like alternate like through the month. Like week 1 of the month, there'll be this tower with these bosses, and this is the challenge for you to beat and climb all the way to the end, and here's the rewards if you do it. And then the next month, it'll swap to a different set of bosses and something like that. To me, that just sounds like it'd be something that's fun to do, because it gives you something new to like strategize around. There's not a lot in the game that really requires strategy right now. I mean, yeah, you can min-max your boss damage, but it doesn't really make a massive difference in-game if you have really great boss damage or not, because you're probably done with guild coins. And in PvP, I mean, like, PvP doesn't really change. Yes, there's strategy that goes into it, but there's not really anything fresh coming out of PvP. It's been around since, like, day one. So I don't know. It's just one thing I was thinking is, like, a different tower that reset every month, and every 5 waves you had like a big daddy mini boss, and then at 10 waves you had the big daddy boss who spanked on everybody, and then, I don't know, have a certain set of waves you have to go through to complete the entire tower. If you complete it all after so many waves, you get like loot and rewards sent to you. I think that'd be kind of cool. It'd be something that, depending on the bosses you had to fight, it may be something your team currently can't handle. You don't have a team that's really built around doing dot damage, and maybe one of the bosses is like, I'm resistant to regular damage and crit damage. The only way to do big damage to me is with damage over time. And, something like that, just make you kind of rethink and build a team strictly for that mode. I think it'd be a lot of fun. That's Wrath's idea. But that's pretty much all we have to do today. We went through the events, talked about the heroes and the changes, even did a little bit of tower for you guys because I don't need to do it, I guess. But anyways, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please make sure and smash that thumbs up button. Show your support for the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.